Hey all, it's Jess from Sunflower Dairy, and yes, we are finally back. So, long story short, we had quite a few months of tragedy here on Sunflower Dairy, and there was just a lot of things going on, and a lot of those things happened to me personally, which I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Someday when I am ready, I will make a video about it, but it's not something that I am ready to talk about right now. I'm still kind of healing from things that have happened, so that's not something that I want to talk about right now. But I want to let you know that we are back, Sunflower Dairy, and we are here to bring you our lives and show you how we live on the homestead, show you our gardening, show you our homesteading, our farm animals, how we can and do farm to table cooking. So we just want to show you how to, do homesteading on a big scale or a small scale. So without further ado, let's get on with our day. I'm gonna show you all the chores, show you all kind of what Sunflower Dairy kind of looks like these days. So it is the year 2023 and it is November, and we have already had tons of freezes and frosts, so the garden is pretty much done. We do still have a few cold hardy things, but we are getting into those winter months. All right, let's go all. All right, all, I need to get the wood stove going, so I am getting some wood to take inside. Mr. Turkey, what are you doing? Mr. Tom? Turkey, turkey! What are you doing? Huh? The geese are talking. What do you have to say? You gonna gobble? Gobble, gobble, gobble! You going to? Oh, not today? You're being shy? Alright, maybe. Come on, boys. Here's some hay. Alright, it looks like the water is frozen here, so we're gonna see if we can get some water outside. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go inside to get water, which that's not gonna be super convenient to do chores. Oh. Alright, we have water. Perfect. Alright, let's see if there's any eggs in here. Did you ladies lay me any? Oh, nope. That's a fake one. I have some fake eggs in here so that it can encourage them to lay in their boxes. And I also like to have broody hens because it makes it easier on me. I don't have to hatch eggs in the incubator. If I don't have to, my hens will sit right on them and hatch out new chickens, which that's good to have new chickens every year, because as your chickens get older and they start molting their feathers, the slower their egg production starts going down. So it's good to have new pullets every year to keep your egg production going. Oh, there's one. We're starting to slow down on our eggs because it's getting cold and they're molting their feathers right now, but we have a new batch of chicks. So we should have more eggs later in the winter time. Hey ladies and sir. Hello, Jeffrey. What you up to, dude? Taking the goslings around? Having some breakfast? Alright, see you guys later. Come on, Mr. Turkey. Turk, 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 turk. There you go. You gonna talk to us today? Turk, 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 turk. You gonna fan? No, not today. These guys in here are my quails. Such cool little birds. They have their little houses on sticks and logs that they climb on and go under. They have rocks in there. Oh, look at Mr. Turkey's underneath the quail pen. What are you looking for, dude? Huh? But the little quails, they're just so cool. They're one of my favorite things. Hey guys. A whole bunch of quail over in that corner over there. There's all different ones. So these are called the Caturnix quails. And I have all different colors. I have the tuxedo quails, the golden quails. I have the natural quails, silvers, blues, all different. But they're fun. I think they're one of my favorite birds. And they're so small. I actually know a lot of people who homestead with them in the city, so because they're really small. But I just love these little guys. Hey, Miss Quaily, what you doing, girl? Oh, bye-bye. Hey, Mr. Bun Bun. Have your water dish? There you go, sir. Here's some feed. Get back, little bun. Water. You want some feed? Want some water? So I decided that using water dishes was much easier, especially in the winter time, instead of water bottles, because the water bottles, once they freeze, then you have to get them thawed out, and sometimes those little water bottle pieces, you know, they stay frozen for a really long time. So it's easier just to have the water dishes, and you can just dump the ice out and then fill them up with water. And I noticed that they stay water longer than bottles do. The bottles turn to ice real quickly, so that's what we do for our rabbits. Alright, I wanted to check out some of this corn. I've been letting it dry for a while, and I wanted to see, I grew all different varieties in here, so I wanted to see what exactly I had. It was mostly like ornamental, decorative, colorful different corns, but I did grow some sweet corns, some popcorns, glass gem corn, flour grinding corn. So I grew a ton of different varieties, so I kind of wanted to see. This is just a handful of them. There's a bunch more in here, but I wanted to see what kind of colors I ended up with. So I'm going to set some of these down and take a look at some of them. Oh, that's just a little one, but that's a colorful little gem corn. That's pretty. Oh, look it, we have a beautiful red and dark maroon color. That's a beautiful corn. Oh, look at that. Sounds like blue, green, purple, yellow. Pretty cool. Let's see what else we got. Oh, well, that one's pretty neat. Look at that. So as you can see, we ended up with a pretty cool little variety here of the different colors. These little glass gem corns are pretty cool. Some of the kernels actually have like speckles all over them. It's really pretty, but I'm really happy with the different colors. And like I said, there's a bunch more in this corn patch here, so I'm gonna later on harvest the rest of them and see all the different colors we have. But that's pretty cool, just taking a peek at what we got. The reds and blues and purples and dark colors and the glass gem colors. Those really pretty different variety there. I wanted to check out some of these Brussels sprouts over here. They look like they're doing pretty good. They're getting to be a pretty decent size. So we'll let those grow a little bit longer. And they are in the brassica family, so they are cold hardy. So we can leave these out here. You know, they'll be fine out here until we get a really, really heavy, deep snow. So we've already had tons of freezes already, so these are perfectly fine out here. And the longer they stay out here, the sweeter these will actually get. Brassicas get sweeter when they're out in the cold. So I have the purple and the green out here, so I'm just gonna leave those. Alright, I wanted to show you all some of these purple potatoes that I grew in the garden this year. I just harvested these about a week ago, just after we got our first frost. So I want to show you because I figured probably a lot of you have not seen purple potatoes before, but I'm just getting a couple potatoes prepped for dinner tonight ahead of time. That way they'll be ready to cook. But look at the inside of those. Pretty cool. And they pretty much taste just like a regular potato. Alright, I'm gonna show you one of these, and then I'll cut up a regular potato and show you just how different these look compared to a regular potato. But you know, they taste pretty close to a regular potato, so not much of a taste difference, but just really cool, and these make really beautiful purple mashed potatoes. It's really cool to see that bright color in there. Alright, so I have a couple red and pink potatoes that I'm going to cut up to show you the difference of what they look like next to the purple potatoes. So just go ahead and cut those up. And these, you know, they're just a regular red potato, so. But just look at the difference in color. You know, you can't really, from the outside they don't look too different, but the inside of those potatoes, they are crazy, the difference. These are so beautiful. Alright, I just wanted to show you all how beautiful these potatoes are. I wanted to come out here and harvest some of these green onions that I've planted out here. I planted these pretty late in the summer. I want to say it was probably about August, maybe the end of August. So they've been doing pretty good, but I wanted to harvest some of the tops wanted to make some dinner with green onions tonight. So I'm just gonna get a few of the tops here. I mainly just use green onions for like garnishing the tops of things that I make. A lot of times, you know, like potatoes or some kind of roast or something, but nice green onions is a great way to flavor things. So I like growing these, and this is my box on the porch that I'll either grow like green onions like this, or I'll grow lettuces or spinach, or, you know, just greens up on the porch, so I can run out here while I'm cooking dinner and just grab stuff, and then it makes it a lot easier. That way I don't have to run all the way out to all the other gardens way out in the homestead yard. So this whole field behind me was all cut flowers this past year. I had tons of sunflowers, zinnias, you name it. I had snapdragons, I had celosia, I had lisianthus, pretty much any cut flower you can think of. Daisies, coneflower, pretty much almost any cut flower you can think of I had in this cut flower patch, and I did a whole bunch of cut flowers this year. But as you can see, the frost got them, so over the next couple days I'm going to be cutting these down and collecting seeds, because there's a ton of flowers in here. If you just take them apart, you can see there's a whole bunch of seeds inside of them. So I'm going to collect a whole bunch of seeds from all these flowers in here for next year. And I also already have seeds for next year, but you know, I want some of the flowers that I grew here myself, because a lot of times if you already grew flowers, you know, in your zone, in your area, they're going to do a lot better than, you know, seeds you got from somewhere else. So if you can use your own seeds, they usually do pretty good. You know, you might get different variations, you know, different mixes because of different flowers being planted together. You might get, you know, different crosses, different colors than before, but you know, with flowers, that's not a big deal. You know, you just might get some really pretty different colored petaled flowers, so that's pretty cool, like a little surprise flower bouquet. But so gonna be doing quite a bit of cut flower cleanup over the next couple days, but we grew a ton of cut flowers in here this year. Alright, I came out to the garden. I want to look at this trellis here because I grew a whole bunch of pole beans on this trellis this past year. It was just loaded, but I wanted to see if these beans were nice and dried out so I could collect seeds for next year. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, I'd say we have a good bid of these. I'm gonna harvest a bunch of these to save some seeds for next year. These did really well. This will be nice. Won't have to, I don't think I'll have to get pole beans for a long time, and for the most part, pole beans usually don't cross-pollinate. They usually stay pretty true. Sometimes you get once in a great while if they're planted super close together, but most of the times pole beans stay pretty true to what they're supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and collect a bunch of these. Now I believe a lot of these pole beans were the purple pole beans, which I'll look and find out what that exact variety was that I grew. Well, they did really good. Then I grew they're like a green and purple streaked pole bean. Those did really well as well. And then I also did, it was the green Homestead bean. And I'll have to look exactly what those varieties were, but they all just loaded these whole trellises just all over the place. Hey all, I came out to the mini cattle battle greenhouse, and I wanted to check in here. I haven't opened this up since we got the freeze, and I wanted to see, I planted melons and cucumbers and artichokes in here, and probably the melons and cucumbers got frosted in here, but I wanted to check and see if the artichokes are still growing, because in a lot of warmer climates, artichokes are a perennial. So I wanted to see if those still look like they're green and thriving. So I wanted to open this up and see how they look. Oh wow. It looks like these are overwintering in here. I am really excited. I'm really hoping that I can get these to perennialize in the greenhouse, because if you can do that, then you can get them to flower and actually make artichokes. So that would be super amazing if I could get them to do that. So I have, if you plant artichokes early enough in the spring, like way earlier than normal, then a lot of times you can get them to flower before a freeze. But if I can get these to perennialize in the greenhouse and then these keep coming back every year, that'll be amazing. So my zone is 5B, 6A, and I have heard of people really heavily mulching these and keeping them like near a building. So, but I'm thinking if I can keep these close up in the greenhouse where they're not getting frozen solid, or, you know, getting tons and tons of snow covering them, that they'll do fine. But it looks like I planted 4 in here, and it looks like all 4 of these are still green. So that is really hopeful. I'm really excited. I really hope that this works, get these to perennialize. Alright y'all, the sun is starting to set for the day. We've already gotten to that point where we've changed the clock, so the sun goes down super early. So I have a lot more things that I need to get done real fast on the homestead before it starts getting dark. But thank you all for coming to the homestead and just going through a normal day on the homestead, and thank you for watching, and thank you all for still being here after, you know, we had to take some time. But thank you for being here, and thank you for coming on our adventure and seeing our life, and I look forward to seeing you all in our videos in the future. All right all, thank you so much. Have a blessed day.